Hello and welcome to the Daily Space for today, April 30th, 2020. I am your host, Dr. Pamela Gay, and I am here to put science in your brain. Now, not every day is equal. Some days are rockier than others. Take today, for example. We have 3 stories that all involve rocks, ice, and other stuff that can really wreck your day. In our first story, we have news from Japan. The Earth Life Science Institute at Tokyo Institute of Technology has announced the discovery of organic compounds containing nitrogen in a Martian meteorite. This alien rock was ejected from Mars, most likely during a massive impact about 15 million years ago, and traveled all the way to Earth and was picked up by some researchers in Antarctica in 1984. This particular rock was already famous, dubbed the Allan Hills Meteorite, or just that Mars meteorite. This rock, ALH84001, was at the heart of 1996 claims that nanobacteria had been found in a Martian meteorite. These claims were based on the shape of mineral structures in the rock that resemble formations of extremophiles here on Earth. However, many researchers have tried to debunk these claims, both by explaining that what was being seen in scanning electron microscope data could be a mistake in sample preparation, and by finding other ways to create these shapes of minerals. Now, this new research coming to us out of Japan, it looks at the same rock, but it doesn't look at the mineral shapes, and it makes no claims about finding life forms. Instead, it looks at the chemical composition of the rock. They have found orange-colored carbonate grains that are consistent with minerals forming in organic-rich water. This orthopyroxene rock could have formed 4 billion years ago on Mars in an aquatic surrounding, the kind of surroundings where life could either have formed or thrived. Now, after Mars dried out, this rock would have sat in an increasingly inhospitable landscape until an impact sent it on its interplanetary journey. The folks at the Earth Life Science Institute are fully aware of the earlier controversy and wanted their own work to be completely above boards, as described in the press release, to make sure they avoided any possible contamination. The team developed new techniques to prepare the sample with. For example, they used silver tape on an ELSI clean lab to pluck off the tiny carbonate grains, which are about the width of a human hair, from the host meteorite. The team then prepared these grains further to remove possible surface contaminants with a scanning electron microscope, focused an ion beam instrument at JAXA. They also used a technique called nitrogen K-edge micro X-ray absorption near-edge structure spectroscopy, which allowed them to detect nitrogen present in very small amounts and to determine what chemical form that nitrogen was in. Control samples from nearby igneous minerals, similar kinds of minerals to the meteor, gave no detectable nitrogen, showing the organic molecules were only in the carbonate. Now, the presence of nitrogen-containing organic compounds doesn't mean Mars had life. It means Mars had the conditions consistent with life as we know it here on Earth. What this rock means is that we need to develop the technology to go fossil hunting on Mars, because the odds are becoming ever more in our favor that we just might find something etched in Mars' now dead surface. The impact that sent the Allan Hills Mars meteor, to Earth was a lucky strike for us. It didn't hit our world, so good. It also sent us some of our only samples of the red planet, so good for science. These kinds of strikes are exceedingly common, and they were even more common in the early universe, but have become less common as our solar system has used up some of its asteroid ammunition. Now, that doesn't mean we don't have to be on the lookout for incoming asteroids. In fact, yesterday morning, a 2-kilometer wide asteroid, 1998 OR2, flew past us at 19,461 miles per hour at a distance of 6.2 million kilometers. This distance meant it was close enough for scientists to get cool data, but also more than 15 times farther away than the moon and thus not a danger. Well, we aren't seeing a bunch of cool images yet. I, for one, look forward to some new awesome science that will come from this fairly large miss. Now, asteroids aren't the only thing tearing through our solar system and periodically careening into worlds. We also have comets to contend with, but when it comes to comets, our sun and its light and gravity do their best to destroy these nemesises, even when we don't want it to. Now, recently, we were all looking forward to seeing Comet Atlas fly past the Earth as an easily visible object. Before that could happen, however, it literally fell to pieces. But hey, it fell to pieces in style, and the Hubble Space Telescope is taking amazing images of its demise. In images that are only a few days apart, the fragments can be seen moving and varying in brightness. Team scientist David Jewett has noted their appearance changes substantially between the 2 days, so much so that it's quite difficult to connect the dots. I don't know whether this is because the individual pieces are flashing on and off as they reflect sunlight, acting like twinkling lights on a Christmas tree, or because different fragments appear on different days. Now, while I personally remain disappointed that 2020 keeps taking away our comets, I am enjoying the remarkable imagery we're getting of this particular comet's exquisite demise. And that is all we've got for today. Thank you all for being here, and don't go away because I will answer your questions in just a moment. Today's episode was written by me, Dr. Pamela Gay, and The Daily Space is produced by Susie Murph. The Daily Space is a product of the Planetary Science Institute, a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to exploring our solar system and beyond. We are here thanks to the generous contributions of you, of people like you. Yes, you. Thank you for everything you do to allow us to keep doing everything that we do. Now, while we really appreciate your donations because it kind of allows people on our team to eat, we understand it's plague times and we're all struggling right now. So if you can't financially support us, that's okay. We're still here for you, and we still want you to just come hang out with us. So thank you for being here. Just come as you are. All are welcome. And hey, one easy way you can help us out is just let others know we're here. Spread the word. You never know whose life you can change with science. All right, so let's see what all we have. Limp Rimble asks, 501c3, is that a star designation, a new robot? No, that is an Internal Revenue Service designation. That means we are a federal nonprofit here in the United States, which is a fancy way of saying that people can donate money to us and get it as a tax deduction if they exceed their minimum. So there's like a certain amount of money that everyone in the U.S. is expected to be giving away to people. And so there's this minimum threshold above which you have to itemize your deductions. So it's a fancy way of saying we're tax deductible where the law allows. Kerbal One shares late breaking news. SpaceX Starship won a NASA contract to land people on the moon. That is excellent. And I hope that doesn't change the terrific way they're using iterative design to build Starship. Ambius goes, isn't that socialism? No, people are allowed to give their money away however they want. It's the government that if the government was funding us, which they are not, that would be socialism. But it's not. All right. So let's go see what questions we've got. Null Denominator, thank you so much for the sub. So around here, we celebrate awesomeness with doggos. So just a moment, and I am going to bring up dog cam. Dog cam. Trying to bring up dog cam. So there were plans to later today do a redo of all of our websites. However, I have a meeting I found out about that I need to attend. So there won't be a redo of our streaming software later today, but that still will find a way to happen. So there's doggos. I can make this bigger. There's a sleeping doggo. I'm going to wake the sleeping doggos with treats. Oh, aren't you the cute one? So that is Stella in the chair, Malachi hoovering. Eddie is upstairs where he can bark at anything that comes near the front of our house. Thank you so much, Veronica Cure. Thank you. Thank you, Tropical Tom. Thank you. You guys are amazing. And the look I just got from Malachi was everything. That look was everything. So Tropical Tom asks, what did we do as human beings to anger the comet gods? I don't know. I can't answer that. We exist. Sometimes that all it takes to annoy people is existing. And I guess the comet gods were upset that we exist. When did we get a trout command? Yes, null denominator. You totally triggered doggos. Totally triggered doggos. All right. So let's see what else. Scrolling. So Hanny asks, will this grouping referring to the comets continue around the solar system this way, or will it dissipate? It will dissipate over time because each of those little blobs has a slightly different distance from the sun and a slightly different velocity. Over time, they'll spread out, and who knows how long they'll be left. Now, this isn't the first comet to have a dramatic breaking. Comet Enki is thought to have broken up sometime around the end of the Bronze Era. And now there is the Enki family of comets, which is a whole series of separate comets that used to all once be part of one great comet. Let's see what else is in here. So Ambia says, speaking of humble, how long are we expected to have it keep doing science and images for us? People keep extending how long they expect it to last. Last I heard, its servos and electronics were all in very good health, and as long as it has funding, they're going to keep it going. Now, it originally was planned to be retired as soon as JWST went up because there simply wasn't budget to maintain both telescopes simultaneously. Now, with COVID, JWST will experience even further delays. So I don't know. I just don't know. Some things can't be answered. We are all Atlas. Yes, Astro Wise, we indeed are all Atlas. Oh, yes. Henny asks, did Mars turn red recently? Was it red when it had water? So the red ambius is oxidized iron. Mars is literally rusted to the color that it is. Now, with the ever-changing climate models for Mars, I don't actually know at this point when it turned red. Within the past 3 billion years, but it could have been further back than that. I'm gonna have to Next time we have a Mars researcher on, ask them. So Asteroid asks, do you know what the protocol is to collect meteorites in Antarctica to prevent contamination, i.e. they don't directly touch? Well, it's so expletive cold in Antarctica. They're all already wearing gloves, so that's not so much an issue. Now, these Antarctic meteorites, the place that they usually go to look for them is actually at the melting end point of glaciers. So where the glaciers terminate, there are piles of rocks. They also walk out across the surface of the glaciers to see what has been revealed by that year's melt. So people go out, they look, and I should try and find someone who has done this before to come on as a guest. Maybe Brittany Schmidt. Things to do. But it's a fun process from everything I've heard. It's just cold. So they're already wearing gloves. Oh, I'm sorry about the lag, Fenmil. I'm sorry. Oh. Wait. I don't know why my volume is low. I am having a big hair day today. This is what happens when I don't use hair gel. My hair attacks. When I use too much hair gel, that's when it gets too straight. I have no idea why my audio is low. Let me see what I can do to turn this up. Okay, so that's maxed out. Okay, I've now adjusted all my audio levels. I'm so sorry about that. I will save this and yeah. All right, I'll work on that. No, astronomers should not be allowed to name things. It is true. And I'm sorry, Ark, that I didn't catch your comment when you highlighted me at the beginning of the episode. Flail. I have no idea why my audio is low. That may just be me being low today. Sorry about that. All right, scrolling back down to the bottom. Thank you, an anonymous cheerer. Thank you. You gonna wake up? You woke up. She's the cutest sleepy puppy. Oh, you have a volume knob on your keyboard. You have a special, awesome keyboard. So these have fed Disaster asks, do you know if the lack of planetary core magnetic field of Mars causes issues with human colonization? Oh my goodness, yes. Yes. The lack of a strong magnetic field on Mars means there is nothing on the surface to protect us from deadly radiation coming from the sun and cosmic rays from the rest of the universe. So astronauts are probably going to have to live underground if they want to stay there for prolonged periods of time, unless a brand new technology is developed to help prevent them from being radiated. Now, we do need to try and develop that kind of technology because otherwise the trip to Mars could irradiate our astronauts. And I personally like my astronauts with less radiation. Thank you, Fenmil. Thank you. Hello, Bad Panda. I can throw more to the dogs. Oh my, Stella is being so sad today. I am, to be fair, encouraging her laziness by throwing things directly to her. I need to figure out where to put dog cam so that you don't get to see my cable management system, of which I am quite proud, to be honest. But nonetheless, it does not need to be on camera. Yeah, living in a lava tube, that is our future. What song can we redo to be living in a lava tube? Leaving La Vica Loca. Yeah, that's how I read it too. Can we redo that entire song? That might be fun. I could get into doing that kind of a parody. These are the things we need to do. But I need to record today's podcast and get on with the way too many things that are going on today. So once again, this has been the Daily Space. Oh, Stella got down. She fled her chair. Where did you go? Oh, you're right beside me now. Okay, I'm just going to throw treats. There. Thank you, Blue Booger, for the follow. Okay, if you ever actually have blue boogers, that is a really bad sign that you have either been sticking pens where they really don't go or something really bad is going on. But you made me laugh. So we're going to go with that. You made me laugh. What was Ambius's idea? I missed it. Martian lava tube, Martian lava tube. It's not so much Ricky Martin as that's just like a song that reminds me of happier days. Anyways, this has been the Daily Space. Today's episode was written by me, Dr. Pamela Gay, and will be produced by Susie Murph. Tomorrow, Friday, we will be back bringing you the Daily Space live on twitch.tv at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. That is 6 p.m. London time. Tomorrow, following the news, we will be joined by special guest David Joseph Wesley, who's going to be talking how science inspires music with us, and I'm pretty sure he's going to have some music to play. We will also have Astronomy Cast tomorrow. I don't actually know what tomorrow's topic is. We said it in the last episode, and then I forgot. But if you heard last week's episode, you know, so you're good. We are a product of the Planetary Science Institute, a 501c3 nonprofit. That means your donations are tax deductible where the law allows. But it's plague times. And if you can't give, we totally get it. We're all going to figure out how to get through this together. It's just not going to be pretty. But we're going to get through it together. If you need someplace to go hang out, if you need things to keep you busy, or just want to play a game of Ticket to Ride, you can do all these things over on our Discord. If you want to learn more about CosmoQuest, check out our website, cosmoquest.org. And for now, wherever you are in the world, have a fabulous morning, evening, or afternoon. Wash your hands, stay inside, and we'll get through this together. Bye-bye.